Welcome, Libra. My name is Teri Hunter. I'm an intuitive astrologer, and I'm here today with your June 2023 monthly horoscope. These horoscopes are based on Libra rising. So when I talk about a house, I'm talking about based on that, Libra rising. If you have a Libra moon or a Libra sun, this video is still applicable to you, but the house system will be different. So if you don't know your rising sign, you're going to want to check on the internet. You can go to any one of the free birth calculators. You just need your exact time of birth and location in order to determine that information. So let's jump in because this month I think is we're growing in an awareness. And while we've been watching the structures around us shift and change, it's been bringing up a sense of a fog being removed, being able to see or feel at least more clearly where we have been sort of herded into a dynamic or into a way of thinking. And now the individual feels like it's popping up like little flowers in a garden, distinguishing the difference between your own truth and the truth that is outside of yourself, or the truth that is being fed to you. So here we have this month, Saturn is going to go retrograde. We have Neptune at the very end of the month going retrograde. We have Pluto entering Capricorn. It has been retrograde. And now Venus enters Leo. And Venus is your ruling planet. So this is where I'm going to start. This month is a month where I feel as if we have this opportunity through a new understanding, through the awarenesses that we've been garnishing, through the epiphanies we've been having, to start to integrate that energy into our everyday lives, just in small doses rather than trying to, polarize our lives. And I say that because these changes are going to require a courage that is beyond taking action. It's a courage to be able to look into the psychology of our own reactions to things. We have finished eclipse season. In April, we experienced a solar eclipse in Aries, asking us to be brave into looking at ourselves and what we want. Then we had in May, on May 5th, we had a lunar eclipse at 14 degrees Scorpio, which was really bringing to light a deep psychology that we could potentially be operating on that we were unaware of. Now, as Venus enters the house of your hopes and dreams, the 11th house of Leo, now Venus will like being here because it's a fire sign. Leo by nature rules romance and fun and entertainment. It's the child, the performer, the clown. And here it starts off, Venus starts with an opposition to Pluto, as Pluto is at 0 degrees Aquarius, and it's Pluto's retrograding into Capricorn. We'll still feel this opposition as Venus moves into Leo. It'll be an out of sign opposition, but at the same time, as Pluto moves into Capricorn, we're revisiting the structures of our life. And here, I think this is very much the structure of your own personal hopes and dreams versus potentially your family obligations, responsibilities, and dynamics, because we see Pluto moving back into your 4th house. It's been in your 5th house of Aquarius at 0 degrees. So this is very powerful. Venus is also starting to join the grand fixed square, that is the opposition to Pluto, and then the square to the nodes. So this time period feels very much as if there is an illumination and an opportunity for Libra to use your voice, your skills. Some of the skills that Libra has aren't necessarily in an action or in a product or a service, but in your ability to be diplomatic, to be a peacemaker, to be a harmonizer. And so you might find yourself acting in that way and finding a new perception that is being birthed within yourself that allows you to sort of look above a situation and see it from the divine's point of view or from God's point of view. And when I say that, it's because oftentimes a disruption or what feels chaotic is a precursor to balance, a call to harmony. So I think that's going to be really powerful. Venus will be in that sign in your 11th house until October. Now, I want to give me just a second while I flip my notes over, because Venus is going to have on about the June 10th, Venus will be at 4 degrees of Leo. She will also, as she goes, say 4 to 9 degrees Leo, she's going to make an inconjunct to Saturn. And Saturn is currently in Pisces. That is in your 6th house of service to others, of your work and employment, of your personal health. It also rules our pets. Here, I believe this is kind of doubling down on the idea of Venus having the opposition to Pluto, because it's a call for you to be brave within your own life, to express yourself. And now there's the potential, as you have come to this awareness, that the inconjunct, I like to call it a blind spot between Saturn, your obligations, your history, where you come from, the rules, the regulations, the governmental authorities in your life, and then Venus wanting to express herself wholeheartedly and unabashedly. This to me feels as if that blind spot could potentially be the catalyst for you to take action. So let me explain this in Teri talk. I think a blind spot is sort of like I'm driving down a road, and I know it's a windy road, but as I come around a corner, I get to be slightly more cautious, because there could be something there that I don't expect. And while I can never anticipate what it is that I don't expect, I can be prepared to be in an energy to expect the unexpected. Because I think what may happen, as Saturn is stationing at 7 degrees for the whole month of June. So Saturn's been going forward in Pisces in your 6th house. Now it's stopping, and it's like literally anchoring into the 7th degree before it retrogrades back into the 6th, 5th, 4th, etc. And I say this because Libra rules the 7th house. We are in a 7-year. And I think this is very significant that in numerology, the number 7 asks us to be introspective, but from an observational point. It's almost as if we're taking the emotional dynamic out and we're sitting in a place of assessment. And rather than judging or criticizing a dynamic, we're now taking it as a piece of information to give us more of a comfortable position when we make our decisions. So I think this is very powerful, because Saturn will be at that degree again for the whole month. So Venus, as she is moving forward, will have varying experiences with Saturn as Saturn starts to bring up historic dynamics for you to make new choices. It's not meant to pull you under. I really believe that many of the malefics appear rough because we're hiding behind human structures that really aren't supporting us, but they feel like they are. So this is very powerful. Venus is, again, going to be in your sign all month long. Now, on the 11th of or thereabouts, we have Pluto at 29 degrees Capricorn, making a sextile to Neptune at 27 degrees Pisces. Neptune will be at 27 degrees Pisces for the whole month. So we've got 2 outer planets affecting not just us personally, but the collective around us, stationing, rooting in, taking position. And here is Neptune at 27 degrees, which is the Gemini degree. So I think this is very powerful, because Pluto is now making a favorable aspect to Neptune. Pluto and Neptune are kind of interesting to me, because when I'm swimming underwater, I cannot see clearly. And that would be Neptune's energy. And then Pluto has the energy of putting me literally in the dark where I can't see. Pluto rules things that are hidden beneath the surface, the plumbing in our homes, the things we don't readily see. So I believe that there is an opportunity for you to find a divine energy within this dynamic. So as Pluto brings up maybe some of the more challenging dynamics within your family history and within your viewpoint of yourself and the value you have for yourself, it could be a great moment to then integrate a new way of thinking that is based on the divine laws of the universe, on the dynamic that maybe when there is a disruption, that now Libra has an opportunity to look for how that disruption is actually serving your happiness versus pulling you under. And this dynamic, because Pluto is going to go all the way to 27 degrees in its retrograde in Capricorn before moving forward, and it will not re-enter Aquarius until January 2024. So we're going to see not only this dynamic happening all through the month of June, we're going to see this dynamic happening until mid-November. The sextile between Pluto retrograde, giving you an opportunity to reevaluate the depths of what you want, where you could potentially be giving up control of your own life because somebody is supporting you financially or materially, or there are expectations involved in how you are meant to show up for others. Bringing this up is going to allow you to make a choice to understand that as you put yourself in a position to be of service to yourself, you will be in greater service to others. Neptune and Saturn are both in your 6th house of service to others. And I have become more and more engaged and inspired by spirit as they tell me that when we stand in support of our own dreams, we are actually standing in support of others. We're experientially letting them feel our energy, and in doing so, it inspires them to want to move towards their own dreams. Now we have Saturn, as I said, is stationing at 7 degrees for the whole month of June. Saturn will retrograde on June 17th. Saturn is making a sextile to Jupiter throughout this whole period of time. So we see Pluto and Neptune working in cooperation with each other to remove the illusions. Pluto and Neptune are saying, you know what, when you don't try to run away from what feels dark and scary to you, you may find out that there's something really beautiful waiting for you on the other side. And this is where Saturn and Jupiter's sextile is so beautiful, because Jupiter is in Taurus. And being in Taurus is, again, the sustainable energy of building something. And it also is the sign that is co-ruled by Venus. And Jupiter expands things. Jupiter brings in a sense of good luck and wealth. It also is the sign or the planet that rules the connection to the angelic realm, to the divine. So as you practice mindful meditation, as you practice a certain awareness of your present moment, spirit will start to expand that moment in a way that gives you the bravery to claim yourself, that actually invites others to claim themselves, that makes relationships and the everyday earthly experiences more fun and more enjoyable as we play with the ebb and flow of balance. So I think this is super important. Saturn will also be drifting in and out of a trine with the South Node in Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto, and it will be in sextile, as I said, to the North Node, as the North Node and Jupiter are having very, very intimate conversations this month. We have also on the day of the new moon at 26 degrees Gemini, that is the same day that Saturn has gone retrograde. And the new moon is making a square to Neptune. Again, the new moon in Gemini is at 26 degrees. And I believe that this square is representing sort of an awareness of the old and the new, meaning this. There's a certain imprinted way I believe, there's a certain habit of thought I have, and then there's this a new sort of evolved version of my thought, sort of these concepts and these ideologies that I haven't quite practiced enough to root into my everyday life. And the new moon is offering me an opportunity to plant seeds in my awareness of my everyday activities, my Geminian dynamics, in my communications. How much do my own personal communications support my dreams? Or do my communications actually, tether me to obligation and duty, to what is expected of me? Because that's where I think the square comes in. Neptune, again, is at the 27th degree, which is the Gemini degree. And the new moon is at the Venusian degree, the Taurian degree. So as you're using these historic thoughts, memories, things that may come back around that you thought were done, and here with the experience is popping up again. And I say this because as Pluto moves into your fourth house of home, it could very much bring up history, memories, dynamics that were part of your upbringing. And now this is an opportunity to liberate yourself from that, to rewrite that story if for some reason it was challenging, and turning it into a tool that actually empowers you to play to Venus's role in your 11th house over these next 4 months. I believe for my Libras, it's time to grow and expand from your heart chakra, but it's going to require you I want to say realizing, but sort of being aware of, am I deferring too much? And am I giving more support to my partnerships in my life than I am to myself as an individual? I think that the reason that the Libra Aries axis is what it is because there should be, or gets to be, an integration between the me and the we. And I think the strongest partnerships and the strongest couplings are when two people allow for the individuality and celebrate the individuality that comes within that dynamic. And this includes professional partnerships as well as intimate partnerships. And I kind of want to round off this recording with the idea that Saturn and Neptune going through your 6th house, initially Saturn going from 0 to 7 degrees may feel a little bit restrictive, may feel a little bit depressing. It may even on some level make you feel as if you want to slow down a bit. But that slowing down, I think, is an opportunity for a real deep look at what will make you happy moving forward. And I don't know if the human is pre-designed to know what that is. So I feel like this retrograde is not just slowing down things for us to review, but actually almost stopping them, anchoring them in, so that the first look, we realize there's more to see. So that first look was probably Saturn moving direct. Now that second look is that deeper. Is this still true in my life? Or you could even find that maybe some of the historic, troublesome, challenging things in your childhood are now the rocket fuel for your dreams and really the propellant. So that's what I have for my Libra. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Teri Hunter. I'm an intuitive astrologer. If you'd like to book a reading with me, I am available. My information is below in the description. Reach out to me. And I want to invite you to join me Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. Pacific time. That's where I do angel readings and I throw a tarot card for each one of the signs. And we get the angel's advice for the transits ahead, the week ahead, and how to best traverse them. So please please subscribe, please share these videos and comment. I appreciate your time and your attention, and I'll be back soon. Peace out, Libra.